This video shows how to go from your knitting pulling in like this to this. From rolling up on itself to lying flat, all with a backwards double crochet. You can use this technique on any project. I use this edging in my diamonds and my cross-stitch dishcloth and coaster patterns. Free patterns you can read on my website. Links for both are in the description. To make this edging, grab a smaller size crochet hook. I'm using a 3.5mm or a US size 4 hook. Insert your hook in the first cast off stitch and pull up a loop. Allow for more slack than you would for a regular single crochet. Skip the next cast off stitch and insert your hook in the next stitch. Pull up a loop. Hook your yarn and pull it through the 2 loops. The first stitch is complete. Repeat this same process down all the cast off stitches. Skip a stitch, pull up a loop, and draw through the 2 loops. And again, skip a stitch, pull up a loop, draw through the 2 loops. The rope-like texture of the backward single crochet becomes more noticeable as you make more stitches. Now for the edge. We are going to make 1 stitch for each ridge. Pick up a stitch between each ridge down the length of the row. Just like we did before, pull up a loop, hook the yarn, and draw through the 2 loops. Continue working 1 stitch into each ridge. When you get to the end of the row, make a stitch in the corner stitch. You don't have to worry too much about your corners with this stitch. There's enough slack to allow for a smooth turn. You can see that the backwards crochet has straightened the inward pull of the stitches. For the cast on edge, make the stitch in the twist. Just like we did at the top, we make a stitch in every other stitch. Skip a stitch, and make a stitch here. Continue picking up a stitch every second twist along the cast on edge. As an extra how-to, work in the end from casting on as you make this edge. Simply catch the yarn behind your work. You don't have to do this, but it will save an end to work in later. Work a stitch into the corner. This one can be a little tricky. The edge along the bottom with the end worked in. This edge is worked like the other side. Make a stitch between every ridge. When you get back to the starting corner, make a stitch in the last stitch. Make sure the ends are out of your way. Make a slip stitch in the top of the original backward crochet. Cut the yarn. Insert your hook from back to front and through the loop. Catch the end and pull snug. Here you can see with just the stitch around the edge, the pull has been significantly reduced. With a quick press with an iron, like I did with this yellow dishcloth, the edging is neat and crisp. As promised, here's how to keep your stockinette from rolling up on itself. Make the backwards crochet the same way as we did it before. Skip a stitch, pull up a loop, draw through the 2 loops. Repeat this until you get to the end. The side edges are slightly different from the garter stitch. Only this time, instead of every ridge, it's every other row. Skip a stitch and make the backwards crochet in what looks like a knot. Pulling on the stitches can help you see where to insert your hook. Continue making stitches to the end. Make a backwards crochet in every other twist. Skip the next twist. Insert your hook and make a backwards crochet. Continue making stitches to the end. Make a stitch in every knot, just like we did on the other side. Finish the edging the same way as before. I'll add it here again in case you forgot. When you get back to the starting corner, make a stitch in the last stitch. Make sure the ends are out of your way. Make a slip stitch in the top of the original backward crochet. Cut the yarn. Insert your hook from back to front and through the loop. Catch the end and pull snug. Once again, even without pressing, the rolling and curving of the edges is gone. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It really does help. And to see more of my free knitting patterns, click the link that popped up on your screen now or go to queenbee.com.